After Pluto's discovery, many scientists believed the solar system's planetary lineup was complete. But that assumption didn't hold for long. Strange trans-Neptunian objects and a host of dwarf planets began to emerge from the distant Kuiper belt, a region on the fringes of our solar system. Though these small, icy worlds might seem minor or unremarkable, they're not the real showstoppers. The true cosmic enigma lies in the potential existence of a massive, unseen planet, possibly up to 10 times the size of Earth, that could upend everything we thought we knew. Whispers of a mysterious, 10th planet have been circulating for nearly a century. Back when Pluto still held its title as the 9th planet, astronomers dubbed this elusive world Planet X, or Planet 9. But since Pluto's reclassification to a dwarf planet in 2006, this hypothetical giant, Planet X, would now take the spot as the solar system's 9th major planet. Pluto's size and characteristics are just too similar to many other dwarf planets that have been discovered in the distant reaches of the solar system since the early 2000s. Faced with the choice of either recognizing dozens of these small worlds as official planets or setting a clear boundary, scientists opted for the latter. Pluto fell short of the criteria and was reclassified as a dwarf planet, no longer considered a major player in the solar system. But Planet X? That's a whole different story. Based on everything scientists have gathered so far, this object is anything but small. If it truly exists, it could be anywhere from 3 to 10 times the mass of Earth. Hints of Planet X's existence date back to the early 20th century, when astronomers noticed unusual patterns in the orbits of Uranus and Neptune. These were initially thought to result from gravitational interactions between the known planets. However, after Voyager 2 closely studied Neptune in 1989, it became clear the subtle orbital irregularities likely point to the gravitational pull of an unknown, massive object, possibly Planet X. Since the discovery of trans-Neptunian objects, growing evidence suggests the presence of a massive, distant body far beyond the orbit of Neptune. These 6 trans-Neptunian objects follow unusual orbital paths, unlike those of any known planets. It's almost as if they belong to a separate system, one that appears to revolve around a central gravitational source. This has led scientists to speculate about the existence of a mysterious 9th planet, often referred to as Planet X. A few years ago, researchers revisited data from the infrared astronomical satellite, IRAS, which had collected information over 13 years. The IRAS telescope was the first to capture about 96% of the night sky in infrared, with virtually no gaps. Out of approximately 250,000 light sources detected near our solar system, scientists identified 3 particularly intriguing signals. Typically, infrared light is emitted by stars, nearby planets, cosmic nebulae, supernovae, and occasionally smaller objects like asteroids and comets. At first glance, distinguishing between these sources can be challenging, even for seasoned astronomers. Only the illuminated objects themselves can reveal specific details about the type of light source. Objects that remain nearly stationary are typically stars or nebulae, while those that move quickly across the sky may be planets, or in rare cases, very large asteroids. This kind of observation led scientists to conclude that one of the 3 notable objects within the IRAS system is indeed a fast-moving body within our solar system. Based on their calculations, it has an estimated mass between 3 and 5 times that of Earth and lies at a distance of roughly 225 astronomical units from the Sun. For context, 1 astronomical unit, AU, represents the average distance between the Earth and the Sun, which is approximately 149,597,870.7 kilometers. This object lies far out in the solar system, well beyond Neptune and even Pluto. Detailed analysis of the highly eccentric orbits of certain trans-Neptunian objects revealed that the gravitational influence causing these distortions likely comes from a massive object, around 10 times the mass of Earth, with a highly elongated orbit around the Sun. At its closest point, this mysterious body would be about 200 astronomical units from the Sun, and at its farthest, roughly 1,200 Australian dollars. Based on these figures, it would take about 20,000 years to complete a single orbit. At such a distance, even a large object like the proposed Planet X would reflect very little sunlight, making it nearly impossible to see. But that doesn't rule out its existence. After all, of the roughly 5,000 confirmed exoplanets, very few have been directly observed. Researchers base their calculations on slight variations in the orbits of stars or by detecting these objects as tiny dots. It is the motion of these bodies, or more specifically, its influence on other celestial bodies, that distinctly reveals the presence of a planet. A similar method was used to predict Neptune's existence long before it was eventually spotted by increasingly advanced telescopes. Further calculations indicated that a planet of this size would have a brightness of 25 magnitudes at its farthest distance from the Sun. Even at its closest, it would still shine at 18 magnitudes. For comparison, Pluto, visible with modern telescopes, has a brightness of 15 magnitudes. The 25 magnitude target should be within the reach of the Hubble Space Telescope, and the new James Webb Telescope is expected to offer even greater capabilities. In fact, finding the ninth planet may not be as challenging as it seems. The main issue is the vast area researchers need to search, compounded by the fact that both space telescopes have their observation times scheduled for years in advance. All hopes of discovering the elusive Planet X now rest on a groundbreaking new telescope, set to begin operations next year. The European Extremely Large Telescope, EELT, a cutting-edge facility being built by the European Southern Observatory, is located in the Atacama Desert of Chile. Equipped with 5 massive mirrors, this telescope will redefine the standards for space observation. Its largest mirror spans 39 meters in diameter, far surpassing previous telescopes, which typically had mirrors no larger than 10 meters. The EELT also features a 3,200 megapixel camera the size of a car, making it the largest camera ever deployed for space exploration. Along with its ability to study nearby exoplanets, scientists hope the EELT will provide crucial insights into the existence and precise location of the mysterious Planet 9. Could a black hole be lurking near our solar system? While some skeptics reject the idea of an undiscovered planet, they propose an alternative explanation for the unusual orbital patterns of Uranus, Neptune, and the strange trajectories of trans-Neptunian objects. Instead of a hidden planet, they suggest the existence of a primordial black hole. These black holes, formed during the Big Bang and the subsequent cooling period, are among the oldest in the universe. Unlike younger black holes, they are less active and less destructive. However, the idea of a black hole so close to us seems less appealing than the idea of a mysterious ninth planet. However, it cannot be denied that the effects of a light black hole may resemble those of another planet so closely that both theories must be considered until further evidence is available. Skeptics often argue that a planet of such size, located so far from the Sun, is highly improbable. As we know, the planets beyond the gas giants Jupiter and Saturn are progressively smaller. So, how could a planet potentially 10 times the size of Earth have reached the outer edges of the solar system? Scientists have since found answers that still support the possibility of such a planet's existence. With the ability to observe exoplanets, we now know that our Milky Way hosts a surprising number of rogue planets, planets that don't orbit a star. Instead, they move around the galactic center or travel freely through interstellar space. These rogue planets come in a variety of sizes, ranging from Earth-like worlds to massive gas giants the size of Jupiter or Saturn. Some of these rogue planets have been shown to have their own moons or small bodies orbiting them, while others may come near star systems and eventually become gravitationally bound to them. It's even suggested that free-roaming planets can actually pull other planets out of their star systems. This occurs when these wandering celestial bodies pass very close to a star system, and within that system, a planet interacts strongly with the rogue planet due to its position and characteristics. Currently, there are 2 theories explaining Planet X's unusual orbit. One theory is that it may have once been a solitary planet, which then captured trans-Neptunian objects and eventually influenced the orbits of Neptune and Uranus. The other theory is that it might have originated within the inner solar system but was ejected from its orbit by an as-yet unknown event. Though it didn't entirely escape the Sun's gravitational pull, it now orbits at the outermost reaches of the solar system in a long, elliptical path. Time will reveal which theory is correct, but one thing is certain: the final confirmation of the ninth planet's existence may be closer than ever. Now, we want to hear your thoughts on this mysterious planet.